should do. 20 years ago, I was a much younger aviation geek than I am today. I had a lot more hair, albeit the ginger variety, but at the age of 18, I found myself with my first ever full-time job. And what does an 18-year-old aviation geek do when he gets his full first-time job? But head to your local flying school in Leicester and learn to fly. A few months later, and several grand afterwards, I was the holder of a shiny new private pilot's licence. It was incredible. I had the freedom to be able to go anywhere I wanted to in the UK within a couple of hours. I could fly a plane. It was absolutely amazing. And then 6 months later, I met my wife and we bought our first house together, and all of a sudden I couldn't afford it anymore, so I just stopped. 20 years later, and I am a much older aviation geek than I was back then. I've got a lot less hair than I had back then as well, but I've also somehow managed to turn being an aviation geek into my full-time job. That's why quite some time ago now I came to this top secret Top Gun fighter training academy just off the M18 near Scunthorpe, and a couple of hours of flying later, followed by a very long wait for the CAA to sort out the paperwork, and I've now got my hands once again on my own private pilot's licence, and today it's time to go and use it for the first time. This is Bravo Foxtrot, a 1974 Cessna 172. It's going to be my home for the next couple of hours. Let's go flying. Okay, there we go. Engine is started. RPM set as required. Starter warning light has gone off. Takeoff radio, good afternoon. Golf Bravo Zulu Bravo Foxtrot, request radio check and airfield information.
Yeah, there's no radio at the minute. It's hands-off traffic, and yeah, 05 left hand, QNH 117, visibility 5, you're Yankee Victor.
05 left hand circuit, and QNH 1017 at Golf Bravo Foxtrot, thank you. So let's roll. So plan up to take off then. I've got like a bumpy bit there, there we go. There he goes. Golf Bravo Foxtrot, engine 05 to backtrack. Okay, runway's clear, let's go now. Must text reach as well before we get there, so we're going to try and head down towards home and fly over if the weather's alright. All the way down to the bottom of 05. So this airfield here then is Sumtoft in Lincolnshire, and it's a very small airfield. You don't have any air traffic control really, you just kind of talk to them and tell them what you're doing. They give you a bit of information if they've got it. For the most part it's just pretty straightforward, and it's much nicer flying out of little airfields like this than big airports like East Midlands like I used to fly off after I'd finished my flights at Leicester. Golf Bravo Foxtrot, runway vacated at Delta for power checks. We're going to swing it round into wind, which is kind of... Okay, parking brake is set. Okay, there we go. Right, so now we need to do our power checks. So into position, park into wind, parking brake is set on, RPM is set to 1000. T's and P's all in the green arcs, that's good. RPM, we need to set to 1700 RPM and check the brakes are holding it. Okay, RPM is set, RP is set on. And let's set the idle back. Why does it stop? Nobody knows. 800, there we go. Back to 1000, there we go. So now I think he's on approach actually. That little Cessna is downwind, there he goes. So we can go straight away. Let's set parking brakes off.
Takeoff radio, good afternoon, November 7 Golf Golf inbound to you, B33, 4 to the south. Air controlling, got one in the circuit, one about to get airborne, got QNH here, 117 now, currently using 05 left hand, the wind's a little bit all over, but it's phasing slightly phasing 05.
Well, that's got potential 017. We're planning for 23, but we'll go for a right base into 05. Golf Golf.
Okay, swing it all the way round.
Golf Bravo Foxtrot, departing 05.
Hey, we all ready? Let's roll. A power is on, T's and P's are in the green, S speed is increasing. And off we go flying, woo! 50 knots. V1 rotate, here we go. Climbing out at about 75.
Final 05, did you go?
Golf Golf on a 2.5 mile final 05.
Okay, so now we're going to sit, we're at 600 feet now, so both blocks to put away, so we don't use them in this, so you can have a look out here. And we're going to head to the east. There's 1,000 feet. We're going to go up to about 1,500 just till we get out of Doncaster's zone, which is kind of a bit of an issue.
Golf Golf making a left-hand orbit to joining final 05.
Just trim it a bit.
Golf Bravo Foxtrot, departing the zone to the east.
I'm going to switch over to Doncaster now, I'll have a listen to them.
And west of the M18, not above altitude 3,000 feet, VFR 1017.
Okay, cleared to as far as the water limit exchange.
Okay, so since I was flying last time, and a lot's changed in 20 years, and it's been a lot of information to sort of update myself on.
Shuttle radar, arrows 91.
And one of the big things that's happening now is that they have these listening squawks. And what normally happens, the squawk basically is the transponder that we use. And normally set it to 7,000 and it allows the air traffic control units like Doncaster to be able to see you on the radar effectively. Normally you squawk 7,000, and that's how I always learned in the past, but and that means that basically you're not listening to anybody, you're just kind of goofing around. Nowadays you have to use these listening squawks when you're listening. You don't have to, but it's recommended. So if I squawk, instead of 7,000, I can squawk 6170. Okay, so now I'm squawking 6170, so now Doncaster now I'm listening to them, and if they need to get hold of me, they can do.
Apologies for that.
No worries, there is no one.
Let's do a freebie check. So fuel is on both, radios are set, listening to Doncaster, engine, T's and P's are all in the green. Direction, we're roughly headed in the right direction. Altitude, 1,800 feet. QNH 1016. Cool. It's so nice to be back in the sky again, flying myself. Mate, it's like riding a bike. I can't believe after like 20 odd years of not doing it, I was absolutely petrified. First time I got in a plane again, before. And now here I am. Just piddling around in a 172, it's just crazy. You just don't forget it.
Harris 91, turn left heading 210 degrees.
Left heading 210 degrees, Harris 91.
And Harris 91, would you like a final turn towards the final fix from myself, or would you like to self-navigate from there?
Self-navigation.
Harris 91, we'd like to self-navigate from the room, Harris 91.
Harris 91, that's understood, and when ready, descend altitude 2,500 feet. You are cleared to be on runway 02, report established inbound for the procedure.
So as I move forward then with the channel, I'm going to be doing quite a lot more of this sort of flying. Not like all the time, but it's going to help me to get to all the places to see some cool aviation stuff to film. Quite a lot of stuff coming up in the plane, so we'll be able to take you for a little spin from time to time, which will be nice. A couple of aircraft down there in the circuit to Galveston, so we just keep an eye on them. We're above their circuit height anyway at the moment. And we're way out of their ATZ, but Just a good idea to keep a lookout as we cross the A1. Literally, there's no rain showers anywhere apart from over my village. They're going to get so sorry, kids. There's my pit where I go off my runs. Crazy, it takes me like an hour to drive to the airfield from home. I get you can fly here, we literally took off about 15 minutes ago and we're here. This is why I'm flying. Can't see them outside, I can see my house, yay! Take some pictures of them as we go over. Okay, 2,000 feet. I can see my house, there we go.
Oh, there he is. There he is. What's in the house?
Oh, there they are. I can see the kids in the garden. Hi, kids. Do a loop around. Okay, 120 knots. Just making sure we're clear of there. Nice, put the bin away actually. Go on the front. Hello, see you in a bit, kids. So we'll head up to Sheffield, we'll have a flight around Sheffield, head across to Hull. We'll see Holborough Bridge, maybe nip out to the coast if it's nice. And then come back to Brampton. Okay, shall we try calling Doncaster? Service 4251, let's get on the go.
4251,
Doncaster, Bravo Zulu, Bravo Foxtrot, request meeting service. Golf Bravo Zulu, Bravo Foxtrot, Doncaster, flash message. Golf Bravo Zulu, Bravo Foxtrot, Cessna 172, routing Santos. 3 miles west of the A1 M80 and 1 looking to change at 2,000 feet, request basic service. Golf Bravo Foxtrot, basic service, Cook 6160, QNH 1018. 46160, QNH 1018, Golf Bravo Zulu, Bravo Foxtrot.
That was crazy. 6, 1, 2, 6, 0, QNH 1018. Are we talking to him now? So if get out of us, then you have to.
November 689, establish localized 0291.
689, thank you, contact Doncaster Tower 128.75, bye-bye.
Tower 128.775, here's November 689.
The basic service essentially means that if I need to ask them any questions about just basic stuff, we've kind of got two-way contact effectively. If I need anything off them, not that I should, but they can speak to me if they need me, they know that I'm on frequency and I can talk to them. There's another level of service as well, you get a traffic service off them as well, which basically means they will kind of give you a little bit of advice if there's any other traffic in the area, but I don't really need that because I've got everything on here. I've got a pair of eyes, 2 pairs of eyes actually, in a spinny 4 eyes, and I've got my little radar down here as well, so I can kind of see if there's any traffic, and I can see where I'm going as well, so it's fine. I don't really need that. We're just going to stay outside the zone though, be nice to them, do as we're told, and stay clear of their airspace. At least we're talking to them if we need to. So learning to fly in Leicester in the Midlands, you don't very often get to see the sea. So I figured I'd just pootling over Lincolnshire a little bit. Sorry, East Yorkshire rather, as we are now up here.
Right turn heading 210 degrees.
And there's the seaside. Bridlington's over on the left. Coming up to Hornsey. I'm not going to go much further this way because I kind of need to head back because the aircraft's being booked again in about another half an hour, so we'll start pooping back, but let's go on. Do a loop over Hornsea and then head back. There's some nasty clouds that way. Nasty clouds that way. So we're going to come through this little bit here. Fly over the sea to say that I've officially flown over the sea. Whee! And then back to the airfield. What a beautiful, beautiful day. See Bridlington right up there on the distance. Clubber ahead up there. Oh, there's a boat out at sea as well. Look at that. There's a seaside. Yay! Oh, would you like to be beside the seaside?
Approach request 9321, ready for right turn for base.
Southwest 9321, roger, turn right, heading 290 degrees, right base. Descend altitude 2,500 feet.
Oh, the guy after me's cancelled anyway, so I've got the plane as long as I like.
This is just in case the 747 does land long, you may have to break you off. You'll require a backtrap, but Tower will advise you once you transfer to them.
There they go, flying up the coast.
Take a low approach, not below a certain height.
Okay. Let's circle round to the right. Oh, there we go. We've flown over the coast. Get back to Santoft. Aha.
Straight tackle, just keep you fairly wide for the wind.
Back down towards Santoft now. Just coming back in towards Doncaster, so I'm going to talk to them in a minute. I think what we're doing, we've got a little bit of time, so I'm going to try and do a couple of touch and goes just to practice my landings. Because that's the bit that's kind of the most important part, I guess. Once you've taken off, you kind of have to get it back on the ground. So let's go and do that. We'll do a couple of circuits and yeah. Just for 10 minutes, and 10 minutes or so. God, it's bumpy around here. Wind, like, not really rain showers around here at all, but never mind.
Santoft traffic, Golf Bravo, Zulu Bravo, Foxtrot, Cessna 172 inbound, 1,600 feet, 5 miles to the north, inbound for touch and go, Santoft traffic.
But with it, so Santoft's an interesting one. It's Santoft radio most of the time when there's somebody talking, but when there's not, it's just a traffic information service, so you just basically call up where you are, tell them what you're doing. Everybody kind of knows where you are. Okay, so brakes are off. Undercarriage is attached, mixture is rich, fuel is on both and sufficient for a go around. Instruments are set, QFB 1017. RPU is set hot. Hatches and harnesses, we're all secured. RPU is set hot. Few birdies down there. Right, it's going to be fun then. We're going to land on runway 23. Or do a touch and go rather, on runway 23.
Santoft traffic, Golf Bravo, Foxtrot, final 23, touch and go.
Hey, down to 2-3. Over the numbers. Oh, flaps all the way up then. And off we go. Whee! Like the whole sick angel. Look at that.
Radio, Coastline Capital Bravo Echo, is entering the runway. Backtrack 23 to vacate Echo.
Okay, see him.
Golf Bravo Foxtrot, downwind runway 23 to land.
Okay, brakes are off. Undercarriage is still attached, the mixture is rich, the fuel is on both, and we've got enough for a gallon round. Instruments all set and all looking good. Carb heat set on, hatches and harnesses, we're all fastened in. Carb heat set off. He's on the runway, I can see him just there. And the wind is slightly from the right. Ugh. Bumpy. This bit's really like bumpy over these buildings here, isn't it? So there we go, back on the ground on terra firma. I quite enjoyed that. Hope you did too. Don't forget to hit subscribe because I'm going to be doing a load more videos showing me nipping about the country. So if you've enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that subscribe button. In the meantime, as always, thanks so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you next time.